Hey gamers, it's your boy Mason here. Apparently everyone decided to do a key binding video today, and I've taken a look, and honestly, they all seem fucking retarded. Just weird shit that doesn't come naturally. Like I think, like you can do like ESD if that's cool, but WASD, spacebar to jump, I felt that's a standard that should be set. So I'm just gonna go through my keybinds and how they work. So I've got 1 to 5 as like kind of standard abilities to use. Stuff you just have to use all the time. 2 is backstab, that's cool. 3 is eviscerate. 4 is rupture, and then shift 4 is slice and dice. This is because slice and dice isn't quite an important ability to get up straight away, right? You can do it at a distance, whereas for rupture you have to actually be in melee range, so in PvP you just want it to be easier to push. And then on shift I have my shuriken storm on 2, or shift 2, and shift 3 is black powder, which isn't in the game yet, but there will be. Simple shit. Shuriken toss on 1, because it's a ranged ability, so if I'm using it I'm probably going to run, and so I don't want to put it on shift. And so then shift 1 is shiv, and so when I stealth I can also do that.
Out of range.
Now when I'm stealthed I've got cheap shot on 1, shadow strike on 2, this on 3, rupture slice and dice on 4, kidney shot on 5. Very simple. Now I've got stealth on Z. Could be any button really, but that's what I like. Vanish on X. I feel like Vanish is an ability you don't want to have shift bound like a shift key, just because it's something you need to push really quickly sometimes. And the reasoning for like stealth not being a shift modifier, which you could do, is just because I push it so often. You kill a mob, you re-stealth, kill another mob, that kind of shit. And so my keybinds go from, I guess, tilde to 5, and from Q to T, and then A is obviously walk, all the way to H. H isn't like a really important one though, we'll get to that later. And then Z to B. Nice and simple. So C, I've got my secret technique. I don't even have anything there, but if I did, that's what I'd be on. Yeah, just something to have there, kind of a placeholder. I could put anything there really. That's cool. We'll get into the, I guess, second row of abilities. Got blind on Q, and then shift Q is my mouse over blind. So I threw the blind to this guy over here, not my target here. Same thing with ease my interrupt, kick, but if I shift it goes to mouse over, not my target. Now R is sprint. Sprint's just a nice ability, and shift R is a macro to go to mouse target. Just because sometimes you don't want to change your target, and if you hold the mouse down and push shift R, then it'll go to your main target. I can show it here, I've got shift pushed, but because my mouse isn't visible, just goes to the target. On T I've got feint, and then shift T is cloak of shadows. Reason I did this is because of the elusiveness talent. Sometimes you just got to push feint really quickly. You've seen enemies going on you just want to get it done, easy. Whereas Cloak of Shadows can be more of a reactive thing sometimes, but also proactive. You've just got a lot of warlock dots on you or something, and then you use it there. Evasion just on F. Sometimes it's got to evade. You could really put it on a shift modifier if you had something else you want to put there. I'll get to that when I talk about Shadowlands Covenant abilities. G, every man for himself, PvP trinket, that's cool, whatever. H is my health stone or my healing potion. Crimson Vial, that's the one. Reason is, like, typically when you need a health potion, you don't really need it in the moment. And if you do, you don't really need anything to push anything else. You kind of just know, oh, I'm gonna need a health potion soon because my heal is dead or out of range or whatever. so it's cool. V, just symbols of death, not really important. B is my Azurite ability, it's cool, whatever. And then here's where you need like a specific mouse. I've got 2 buttons on the side of my mouse, nothing crazy. But top one does Shadowlands, bottom one does Shadow Blades. Now I've got a macro for it where I've just kind of put in everything. I'd say you don't have to do this, like, it's nice, but yeah. And when I shift do them, I've got Shadowy Duel and Smoke Bomb. Only matters if you're PvPing. If you're not PvPing, it's fine, who cares. And because, you know, typically you're not going to use them if you're in a dungeon, in a raid, whatever, irrelevant, so I like to keep it that way. And then shift is like, okay, I'm PvPing, I can do this now. I actually have the sap over here normally. I can't think what that is. That's the other macro, don't worry. So mouse wheel up
I don't have a target.
is my
I need a
spammable
target.
vanish. Not vanish, spammable sap, sorry. So you clear target, target enemy player, cast
I
sap.
need a target.
Just very good for hunting down stealthies in arena. Not relevant in PvE at all. And mouse wheel down is marked for death. You could put a shift modifier on it for the mouse over, same as I've got with my shadow step. Or you could not, just pure preference. I haven't found I needed it yet, but who knows? You know, you can just snipe off a free mark for death, really. So that's quite cool. Other macros I have,
a target. I need a
my
target.
my stealth turns to sap.
I don't have a target.
When I do it.
I need a target.
So
I don't
Z
have a
turns to
target.
invis,
I
and
need
then
a target.
I can spam
I don't
sap.
have a target.
Really
I
good
need
if you
a
get off a
target.
cheeky
I don't have a
blind
target.
and you just
I
play into
need a
invis
target.
and
I don't
snap
have a
them
target.
afterwards, so you
I
can
need a
heal up,
target.
take a break from combat, whatever.
I
Just
don't have a
all on one
target.
key,
I
really
need a
nice
target.
and simple. I've got tilde for mouse, tilde for mount, sorry. Mouse wheel press for distract. You know, it's a handy ability. Sometimes not super relevant or good, but it exists. And as for going into Shadowlands, what are the abilities we get? I mean, poison doesn't matter. Black powder, so that's on my shift 3, because it's my AoE finisher. Eviscerates my single target finisher. Same button, same thing. And then Covenant abilities. So I'm looking at Necrolord probably, and I'll just put the bone spikes on B. I'd put any class ability on B, I think is the goal, at least for this kind of binding setup. And then depending on which Covenant I pick is where the other ability will go. So for the Night Fae and Venthyr, theirs is a movement thing. I want to put that on R. R is my movement thing, and I'll bind it to Control R. Just nice and simple. Movement abilities all on the same button. I like that. And if it's Necrolord or Kyrian, then I'll put the file you drink or the flesh shield thing on probably Shift F or Shift G. Just depends how I feel, but that way I've got all my kind of similar things to give, you know, defenses on F and G, movement on R, and then B is just the new ability thing. Very nice and simple. Yeah, I hope this helps people out. You know, I see all these crazy keybinds. I can't think who was watching, but they just moved with ASD and then had like QWER as their abilities and shit like that. You know, people go ESDF and that's cool, but in every other game, you know, you move with WASD, you're just forcing bad habits, I guess. Got shift tilde as well. That is quite easy to press. I've just got tricks of the trade there, but you can put anything on there. Oh, F keys. I've got the Netomatic on F1. You know, it's not something you're going to need to use in a panic. You just see someone use it. Poisons on F2 and F3. This is just for PvP where you have to reapply them in between arena matches. Very nice. Detection on F8. I don't think that actually does anything. And then I've got like fishing and cooking bound there as well. I would never actually push them for that. I just move it you know, like if you're fishing, you just put it on like a mouse wheel or two or something easy to push, and then move it back when you're done, that kind of shit. And then I guess control tilt also brings up my poison menu, that's just quite nice. But you could also put like a half stone there. You know, it can be quite nice to just push control tilt, start halving. I'd have to look through your bag of like shit to find it. I think that's just about everything though. But yeah, like keeping a nice kind of consistent thing. I wouldn't put like a range ability on 2, I feel, because it's quite hard to push like forward and 2.
It's too far
I mean,
away.
not forward and 2, but it's hard to push like
I need to get
side and
closer.
back and 2. And shit like that, I just find it quite weird. Whereas 1, very easy to move the fingers.
It's too far away.
Yeah, like 5, be very weird to push like D and 5 to move. So I like to, you know, I wouldn't put like a Shadow or Pain on there or something.
I'm out of
You know,
range.
any movement ability, you need to be able to push was D at the same time.
I need to get
and be able to
closer.
spam it. Or like Shift 1 and like A. Like that's a bit awkward to use. But yeah, I hope this helped people out. Any more questions, I can just leave a comment, I'll answer it. If you need my macros, just ask. My UI is just like the Preacher's new UI that he gave out a month ago or whatever. He's got a video on it. It's really nice to just use if you don't have anything. Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, and I've got like character on K, bag on I for inventory, K for character. Talent still on N. I feel like N you probably could put a bind on if you needed it to. If you're like a druid or something. But honestly, that's about it. Thanks for watching.